Yo, what's good, guys? So, I thought all this drama would be over after I made that Mizkif is a hypocrite video, but apparently not. So, this whole call between Mizkif, XQC, Trainwrecks, and I think Asmongold and this one other guy got leaked, and then Destiny was the one who covered it. And if you want to watch the whole thing, it's like 3 hours long, so I'll just link it down below if you guys want to watch it. But it's just, there's something poetic about all these streamers who portray themselves as being goody two shoes in public, and then they all are getting exposed for being shady and slimy people in private. You have Mizkif, who is seen as a saint or a good person in the Twitch community at least. But then you have the quote unquote bad guy, Trainwrecks, who's only seen as bad, by the way, because he gambles, who actually wants justice for the victim Adriana Lee. But wasn't Mizkif like also non-stop farming the Fedmeister and Pokemon drama a couple years back? It's just so funny to see the irony in all of this. But this whole call that Destiny leaked or listened to just gives so much more context into what Mizkif's headspace was at or what his intentions were. Before, it wasn't really clear which side was in the right, but after like listening to this whole thing, it's 100% clear that Trainwrecks and XQC are the good guys here, if you can even say there are any good guys here. Throughout the whole call, it seemed like Mizkif was more worried about how the backlash was going to affect Slick instead of focusing on the person that he should have been worried about the most, and that was Adriana Lee. How are you going to be more worried about how she's going to quote unquote cancel Slick instead of focusing on what he actually did to her, which is a crime, by the way? He kept saying, "Oh, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Please don't cancel him, he's my best friend." And this just makes me believe that Mizkif doesn't even care what Slick did. I don't know, but I'm inclined to believe that if like Slick did something way worse, I think Mizkif would have still protected him. And he was saying, "Oh god, no, she's going to cancel Slick. I'm going to lose my best friend. Please make it stop." And just overall, just making it seem like canceling him was the wrong thing to do, which is just crazy. The whole call just opens up more doors for speculation on what else Slick may have done to other girls, and what else the Mizkif crew may or may not have hid or covered up for him. And also, someone in the call said that Slick's allegedly done this to around like 10 other girls too, including the person who was saying this his girlfriend. And at one point, Mizkif didn't even refute Trainwreck's claim of the whole reason Mizkif sending Maya over to Adriana was to cover up the whole thing, even though during the beginning, Mizkif was adamant about that not being the case. So I don't know why he would concede that point. So now everyone's gonna believe the whole reason why you sent Maya Higa over there was to downplay everything. You are Maya Higa. Okay, and Mitch Jones even came out and said that Mizkif told Maya, "You are Maya Higa." I think that's like the biggest meme to come out in all of this. But personally, I think Mizkif is probably just like done for a good while. The last time something big like this happened was the whole Call Me Carson situation, and even he took a year off. I also like don't even know what happened during that whole thing, but this is just so bad. The actions that needed to be taken were so simple on Mizkif's part. I don't know why he's so like, what's the word? Proactive in trying to still protect Slick, even though it now seems like he knows what Slick did. And for all the people wondering why Mizkif is getting the brunt of most of this instead of Slick, it's because Mizkif can't be platforming people like Slick. Mizkif is one of the top streamers on Twitch. He's harboring a sexual assaulter. The dude's a creep. Why is this the hill that Mizkif is trying to die on? It's something that I'll never understand. Mizkif has everything to lose, and it seems like he might be losing all of it, like potentially his whole career. While Slick is a nobody, does he really have you wrapped around his finger that much that you're willing to throw away your entire career for him? A career that you spent years building. At some point, you have to look at this stuff objectively instead of looking at it as a friend. You're a co-owner of a content org, OTK. Your actions have so much more consequences now. Every decision that you make is going to affect everyone around you. And this guy won't hesitate to extensively farm drama about other content creators, but when it comes down to a potentially career-ending move, this is the time when he has doubts. Like, dude, that's a crazy mix-up of like priorities. But anyways, that's all my thoughts on this. Subscribe to the channel if you guys did enjoy. Leave a like. That's all. Peace.